Hello guys, and welcome to another quick tutorial from Vintage Radar. Today I'm going to explain to you various chronograph watch configurations. So as you can see, we have 3 different chronographs from 3 different brands, and the entire dial configuration is going to be different. So for example, on this Earnshaw, we only have 2 subdials. We do not have a seconds hand for the main time. So we only have the hour hand and the minute hand. Then we have this French brand, which is going to be the Saint Honoré watch, which has 3 subdials. As you can see, 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. And here we have a big seconds hand that actually belongs to the chronograph. And then we have a fossil chronograph watch where the big seconds hand is the actual seconds hand of the main time. So I'm going to go through each and one of them and explain to you the various formats that they have and also a little bit about how to use them. So the first one is going to be our Earnshaw chronograph watch. As you can see, usually if you press the top pusher, you are going to start the chronograph. Then if you press it again, you are going to pause it. And then pressing the button pusher is going to reset the chronograph to 12 o'clock. You always want to have the watch hands of the chronograph perfectly aligned at 12 o'clock. In case yours are not fully aligned, I will post various tutorials on this channel on how to align each and one of these chronographs, so make sure to check them out. Then we have 2 subdials. This subdial right here on the left is going to be the minute hand of the chronograph. So if I were to start the chronograph and let it run for over 1 minute, we can actually see that here it is going to move a little bit to the right and we will be able to read 1 minute. So let's also check that out. As you can see right now, as I get closer and closer to 1 minute, I will also be able to read 1 minute here. So if I were to pause the chronograph right now, I can actually read 1 minute and 5 seconds. So that is why this subdial up to 60 is going to be up to 60 minutes, and it is going to belong to the minute hand of the chronograph, whereas the big seconds hand of the watch is going to be the seconds hand of the chronograph. If I press the button pusher, it is going to reset to 12 o'clock. As you can see, both of them perfectly reset to 12 o'clock. This seconds hand went in one direction and this one in the opposite direction in order to fully align at 12 o'clock. And the subdial here on the right side is going to be for military time, so up to 24-hour display. That is why it is showing up to 24. So if I pull the crown to the last position in order to set the time, you can see that as the main time of the watch changes, this one adjusts as well. So if I were to go to 12, you can actually see that I am at 12 a.m. If I were to make it 6 p.m., I will be able to read 18. So as you can see right here, it is pointing at 18. So these two are actually synchronized and it is going to show me military time. So we have 2 subdials, one for the minute hand, this one for military time. The big seconds hand is going to be the seconds hand of the chronograph, and for the main time we only have the hour hand and the minute hand. Now we are going to jump to the second chronograph, which is going to be the one by Saint Honoré. Here we have a different configuration. So we have 3 subdials, and as you can see right now, the bottom one is ticking. This one with up to 60 seconds is going to be the actual seconds hand of the watch. So this is not going to belong to the chronograph, but to the main time. So this is where I can see the seconds going by. The big seconds hand of the watch is going to be the seconds hand of the chronograph, and I can start it by pressing the top pusher, and as you can see, it is going to start ticking. If I pause it, you will be able to see that I can read 4 seconds, and something really important is that this subdial right here also moved, and it moved because this shows me up to 1/10 of a second. So I can now measure in seconds and 1/10 of a second. So I have 4 seconds and 3/10 of a second. I can resume. It is going to align at 12 o'clock, waiting for me to pause it again. I'm going to pause it, and now you can see that it went to 8/10 of a second. I can also press the button pusher in order to reset, and as I mentioned, it should always perfectly align at 12 o'clock. The subdial here on the left side is going to belong to the minutes. So I can read minutes, seconds, and 1/10 of a second. So I'm going to start the chronograph and I'm going to go to 1 minute so that I can show you that as well. As you can see, we are now arriving at 1 minute and the hand from the minute subdial has moved 1 unit to the right. So now I'm going to pause the chronograph and I can read 1 minute, then we have 8 seconds I believe, and then we have 8/10 of a second. I'm going to reset and all of them went to 12 o'clock. So this is going to be another configuration that you have. Lastly, we are going to arrive at the Fossil chronograph watch, which is going to be the Fossil Coachman. If I were to take these two side by side, there is going to be a tiny difference that you can see right away. For example, this subdial right here is for the seconds hand of the watch, whereas the subdial right here is going to be for the seconds hand of the chronograph. Whereas in this case, the big seconds hand is the one that belongs to the main time. So if I start the chronograph right now, you will be able to see that this subdial right here starts to tick, and the big one is going to tick as well. So this is going to be for the chronograph, whereas this one belongs to the main time. Once again, we have another subdial here on the left side that belongs to the minutes. In this case, it is not going to jump to 1 minute after 1 minute has passed. It is going to move slowly towards the 1 minute mark. And as you can see, we have 45 seconds and you see right here that it gets closer and closer to 1 minute. So compared to the previous chronograph watch, this one doesn't jump to 1 minute. It actually goes closer and closer, just like the minute hand of the main time. And now I can see that it went past the 1 minute mark. I can pause the chronograph and now I can read 1 minute. And now here we have, I believe, between 3 and 4 seconds. If I reset the chronograph in this case, they are going to go backwards until they calibrate. So if I were to use the chronograph for 20 minutes and then I would reset the chronograph, I need to wait for the watch to go 20 times backwards right here, as well as this one is going to go backwards. Once again, different chronographs, different functions, and as you can see, it doesn't perfectly jump to 12 o'clock, it reverses back to the original position. In this case, once again, we have another subdial on the right side. This time, this one is going to belong to military time. You can see that it is up to 24 hours. Usually when you see up to 24 hours, that is going to indicate instantaneously that that subdial is for military time. If I pull the crown to the last position, you'll be able to see that as I get closer to 12, it shows me that I'm getting closer to 24, which is going to be midnight. After I'm going to pass midnight, the date is also going to change, just like that. So now I know that it is 1 a.m., so 1 in the morning. Many modern chronograph watches or chronograph watches in general are going to also feature hacking. This means that if you pull the crown to the last position, the seconds hand of the watch is going to stop. In my case, when it comes to the Fossil version, the big seconds hand is going to stop. Let's also try on the other one. If I were to, let's say, pull it right now, you can see that the subdial right here stopped, because this is the one for the seconds hand. If I push it back, it is going to resume. And once again, you can also see this right here. So those were the 3 examples that I had for you today. Now there are going to be some other variations out there. You can even see subdials with 1/20th of a second compared to this one that has up to 1/10th of a second. You can have even 3 subdials, and one of the subdials can have 2 functions. Those are going to be more complex chronograph watches that I'm going to feature on this channel. So if you are interested in seeing more videos just like this one, make sure to follow along, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below if you found this video helpful, what you would like to see next, because I really want to post videos that you guys enjoy and find helpful. Also guys, as I mentioned, I'm going to leave full guides for all of these watches in the description box below, or you can find them on the channel, and also guides on how to replace the straps and the watch batteries, which I believe are going to be very helpful, especially if you want to do them by yourself at home. Also guys, make sure to check out our website vintageradar.com, because we have thousands of vintage and pre-owned watches for sale, including these 3 right here, link in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching, make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next video.